Hello, in this video lecture we are going to start with the first chapter of antenna and wave propagation. The first chapter is antenna basics. So let's move on. We will start with the definition of antenna. There are so many researchers who have been declared the different definitions for the antenna. Look at the first definition. The antenna is a means of radiating or receiving radio waves. It means it is an equipment, a device which receives or radiates radio waves. It can be anything. It is an equipment. It can be anything which will radiate and receive the radio waves. We will focus in the next slide what is radio waves, what are the waves actually. But for the time being we will discuss only antenna definition. Look at the second definition. Usually a metallic device, in bracket it is a rod or a wire for radiating or receiving radio waves. I told you antenna is a device. It can be a rod, it can be a wire, it can be a disc, anything which radiates and receive the radio waves. See, all definitions seem same. Third one, antenna is transition device or a transducer between guided wave and free space wave, and vice versa. See, we have connected antenna and we are having a cable which is feeding the antenna. It means the electric signal is coming from the cable and which is fed to the antenna. Then antenna will radiate waves in the free space. It means what antenna is doing, a free space impedance is matching with the wire impedance, is it? So in the next definition, antenna is an impedance transforming device. The electric signal is converted into electromagnetic waves. See, one quantity is converted into another quantity, is it? An electrical quantity is converted into physical quantity. That's why they are saying antenna is a transducer. The last definition is antenna is impedance transforming device. So whatever impedance of this wire is, that impedance has to match with the impedance with the free space. Then only whatever electrical signal is applied to the antenna is fully converted into an wave. See, intentionally I am saying wave because yet I don't know what is the wave, whether it is a longitudinal wave, a transverse wave, electromagnetic wave. In the next few slides we will discuss about the waves also. Next, immediately let's start with waves. Wave is a vibration or a disturbance in a space. See, it's just a disturbance in a space. You disturb the environment, it will create a space. See, wave transfers energy without transferring a matter. Look at the wave. Sea waves you have seen, those are waves. What it transfers? It transfers only energy. Wave means, just think about a plain water surface. You are dropping a stone in that. You drop a stone, it will create waves. Right? Waves are classified by what they move through. It means waves are transmitted through something, through a medium. So through what they are propagating. See, I am using the word propagating. The waves propagate through a medium, is it? What kind of medium it is? It classifies the waves, and according to that, first type is longitudinal wave and second type is transverse wave. Longitudinal wave is also sometimes referred as mechanical wave. If we have studied this in 11th and 12th, that longitudinal is a mechanical wave. The second one is a transverse wave. Let's go into detail about that longitudinal and transverse wave. Let's start with first type of wave, that is longitudinal wave. Sometimes it is mechanical wave. That type of wave needs a medium. See, if there is a longitudinal wave, it cannot travel without a medium. Compulsorily they need a medium. Medium, it can be a environment, it can be a water medium, it can be a solid medium, is it? It can be anything, but those waves need a medium, is it? Longitudinal waves are created by a disturbance which is in parallel with the direction of propagation. Look at the animation. The animation here I am showing. Look at this kind of animation. Look at this. What is this? It's a hand which is moving in this direction, and look at the wave is traveling also in the same direction. It means the disturbance or the force that is applied is in parallel to the direction of propagation of the wave. So those kind of waves are longitudinal waves. Okay. And why they need medium? Because for example, if it is a solid medium, they need particles. It means if there is a solid medium, there are so many solid particles. One particle will transfer its energy to the another particle, then this particle will transfer energy to the next particle, again this particle will transfer energy to the next particle. Like this they transfer energy from particle to particle, and that's why longitudinal waves need a medium. Look at the second line. They require particles of medium to vibrate in order to energy transfer, and it's mandatory. The examples of longitudinal waves are water waves, I told you, a sea water, then earthquake waves, and the most favorite and that we have so many times studied is sound waves. Sound waves. Look at here in the second animation, what I'm showing a person who is speaking something, and look at the disturbance. It is same as that hand. Is that the person is speaking and the speaking is considered as disturbance. That disturbance is in parallel with the way of propagation. So those are longitudinal waves. Look at the last line here. The disturbance is in parallel to the direction of the wave. Is it? So this is about longitudinal waves. And obviously, if I'm going for the next type of wave, which is transverse wave, concentrate on this line. The disturbance is in parallel with the direction of the propagation for longitudinal wave. Now look at this for transverse wave. Here the disturbance is perpendicular to the direction of the wave. Now observe this animation. Look at this. This hand, it is nothing but a disturbance. The disturbance is in vertical direction and the wave is propagating in horizontal direction. It means they are not parallel, they are completely perpendicular to each other. If that kind of vibrations, if that kind of waves are there, then those are transverse wave. And the most important thing is transverse wave does not require any medium. They can travel through vacuum. Even if there is no environment at all, then also transverse wave can propagate. And that is the biggest strength of transverse wave. Few examples are: throw a stone in a water, it creates a wave going outwards. If there is a water, a steady water, you drop a stone. Look at it, you are dropping a stone in a steady water. Waves are going out. Look at it, this is disturbance and this is direction of the propagation. They are making 90-degree angle to each other. They are completely perpendicular to each other. It means the wave created is a transverse wave. Second example, which is most important, is electromagnetic waves. Here the antenna theory and the electromagnetic starts with electromagnetic waves. In some slides we'll discuss about electromagnetic waves also, but you need to conclude with electromagnetic wave is a transverse wave. Antenna transmits electromagnetic waves. The radio that you are listening, the wave your dish antenna is collecting from the satellite is electromagnetic waves. Everything which is related to the communication, every wave that we are transmitting, we are receiving in the communication are transverse waves, are electromagnetic waves. Observe the animation carefully. Move towards next. Now look at this. Here I am showing transverse and longitudinal wave on a single slide. Look at the transverse wave. The disturbance is in this direction and wave is propagating in this direction. Is it? But here in longitudinal wave, look at the disturbance or the force is in this direction. And what about the direction of propagation? Direction of propagation is also in the same direction. This is the difference between transverse wave and longitudinal wave. Right? I hope this wave theory is clear. Right? After that, we will move towards actual antenna. Right? The antenna is what? Antenna is a wire, a rod, or any metallic thing that will radiate and receive electromagnetic wave. I am talking about this transverse wave only. Is it? If I am speaking to you people, I am transmitting a wave which is longitudinal wave. Right now I am speaking, some waves are coming out of my lips. Those are longitudinal waves. I am receiving a signal from the satellite to the dish. Those are transverse wave. The waves we are using in communication are transverse wave. We never use longitudinal waves. Why? Because longitudinal wave needs a medium, whereas what about transverse wave? They don't need any medium. Even if there is a vacuum, transverse wave can propagate. But if there is no medium, there is no environment, longitudinal wave will never propagate. Is it? You take an example of astronauts. Is it? They go to the space, they have their space suit, is it? And they used to speak with each other. Now the question is, where is the environment in the space? It is a space, there is no environment, it's like a vacuum, but still they able to speak with each other. What they do? See, there is a capsule at their head. They breathe and they speak. Is it? They create an environment in a capsule, and then whatever longitudinal waves coming out of their lips are catched by a microphone. That microphone, it is a transducer. It will convert a physical quantity into electrical signal. That longitudinal waves get bombarded onto the mic, and mic will create electrical signal. That electrical signal is passed through the cable, and again it is passed to the next person. Agreed? If the people are not closer to each other, then obviously the signal from the mic is connected to the antenna. The antenna will convert that electrical signal into electromagnetic waves, and then electromagnetic waves can travel without any medium. In the space they can travel. Yes, they travel from the space to the antenna, which is connected to another person's spacesuit. Then a person to which is connected to an antenna. This antenna will receive that transverse wave. Again it will convert it into electrical signal, and that electrical signal again fade back to the loudspeaker. And whatever person 1 will speak here, person 2 will listen here with some distance. Is it? So how the waves are transmitted? Obviously by using an antenna. So what is antenna? Antenna is a transducer. Antenna, we can say it's a sensor. It's a sensor, that is transducer. Anything that transmit and receives electromagnetic waves. Then next come to the electromagnetic wave. What is that? It's an, see, the name itself suggests electromagnetic. It means there is an electric field as well as a magnetic field. It means it is a combination of electrical and magnetic field. Look at the animation. The blue wave is electric field and the red one is a magnetic field. How these waves are created? Electromagnetic waves. Say electromagnetic waves are created by vibration of electric charge. If there is a small electric charge, if it vibrates, what it will create? It will create changing electric field. Is it not? Moving charge produces current. We know that. It's the basic theory that if charge move, it creates a current. If charge vibrates and move, it will create changing electric field. And we know Maxwell's equations, first two equations. Remember first two equations of Maxwell. What the equation says? Equation said that changing electric field, look at the changing electric field will create changing magnetic field. Changing electric field will create changing magnetic field, and changing magnetic field will again create changing electric field. So changing electric field produces changing magnetic field. Changing magnetic field will create changing electric field, and this process continues and the electromagnetic wave get produced. So who is responsible? The vibration of electric charge. Look at this. The vibration of electric charge produces electromagnetic wave. So electromagnetic waves are formed when electric field couple with the magnetic field. Obviously, look at the animation. Here I am showing. And as I told you that electromagnetic wave can travel in vacuum. They don't need any environment. The magnetic field and electric field of electromagnetic waves are perpendicular to each other and to the direction of propagation. It may see if electromagnetic wave is propagating, here in the animation the electromagnetic wave is propagating in x direction. Look at this, the direction is x. It is traveling in the direction of x. It means the electric field now has to make 90-degree angle to the x-axis. Again, magnetic field will also have 90-degree with x-axis. It means the x-axis, which is a direction of propagation, is in perpendicular with electric field, also is in perpendicular with the magnetic field. So electric field, magnetic field and direction of propagation, those three are completely perpendicular to each other. See, I am writing, when an electric charge vibrates, the electric field around it changes, creating a changing magnetic field. That's what are Maxwell's equations. Is it? Second equation. Then the magnetic and electric fields create each other again and again. You read these two lines, you will find that I am just writing Maxwell's equations here. So instead of writing it in equation form, that is Maxwell's equation, I am writing in words that changing electric field will produce changing magnetic field, and vibration in the charge will produce an electric field around the charge. Right. The electric and magnetic fields vibrate at the right angles to the direction it travels. Is it? It means the direction of propagation is perpendicular to the electric field and magnetic field. These three components, that is direction of propagation, electric field, magnetic field, those are completely perpendicular to each other. Is it? Already we have a lot of background of electromagnetic wave, because in second year we have studied electromagnetic engineering as a separate subject. So we know that. So this slide or the theory about the electromagnetic wave is a kind of revision. Those who miss some concept, for them it's a small kind of breakfast. Right? Electromagnetic waves. Now this is not the part, we have not started antenna theory yet. Is it? So let's move towards the antenna. Before that, I just want to show you electromagnetic wave. See, I have downloaded this GIF file or animation from the website physicsanimation.com. You can visit this website physics animation. You will find nice animations. So many animations are available uh, which will clearly show the electromagnetic waves, the antenna, the longitudinal waves. Is it? So basic physics concepts are nicely animated on the website. So whenever you get time, you just surf the website physicsanimation.com. You will it will always good to see what we are learning actually. Right? So visualization is always better. So that's why intentionally I am putting these slides just to show you the electromagnetic wave, that E field and H field are completely perpendicular to each other. That's what it is. Now